Hi there. Welcome to Miller's Laboratory. This is Sue. Thanks for joining me. Today I'm going to flip through these 5 little books that I have made with the theme of the shore of Lake Michigan. This is kind of a theme that's near and dear to me because this is where I live. I've lived here almost my whole life and it's a special place and I'm happy to share it with you. I've made 5 of these journals. They are pretty much identical. The images inside are the same. The colors, everything is pretty much the same. The only thing that is different is when I have actually used a piece of ephemera like a playing card or a page from a book. Those will look a little different, but otherwise these 5 are all the same. So let's just take a quick look at the outside of one of these here. This is just a little extra envelope. I'll show you that when I flip through some things that I didn't fit in the book and I just wanted to give those to you. So that's why that's slipped on the front. But this is what the book looks like without that. So this little book is about 4 inches wide and about 6 inches high. The spine is about 3/4 of an inch. This side is a little bit fatter. As usual, I have kind of stuffed this book pretty full. You can take things out if you want to, add your own things in. You can make it work. All these books are blue and they were little poetry books. I have more of them, but I love working with this size. It's fun. It's really something you can slip into your purse or into a backpack if you're traveling, and I just really like working with this little size. So on the spine here, I've used some ticking to reinforce, and you can see the stitching there is sort of a cross pattern, and that is a light blue waxed thread that I used. There's 3 signatures inside the book. The little dangle here has some cute things on it. I made a little tag with a Petoskey stone pattern on one side. If you're not from Michigan, you wouldn't know, but that is our state stone, and they're commonly found along the shore of Lake Michigan. And then the number of the book is on the back. This happens to be number 2. They are numbered 1 through 5. There's just a little sort of a wire kind of a bead here and a little aqua button, a little charm that says, it probably says handmade or made for you, a little tiny safety pin with a couple beads on it. This is a bingo marker that I drilled a hole in. And then this is a little vial that has some sand in it from the beach. So the book is held closed with just a piece of elastic here. It's just a loop and it's held with the button. So you can use the knot here to slip that off. Let me set it down. And that just holds it in place. So it completely removes and you can get it out of your way when you're using the book. If your book gets a lot fatter, you could always put it around this way too. And you can retie the knot to make it as tight or loose as you need it to be. All right, there's about 130 pages roughly in here in case I forget to mention that when we go through. I'm going to move the rest of these out of the way and then we'll do our flip through here. All right. So first of all, let's just do this because otherwise I'll forget. This is a little origami envelope that I made out of a piece of origami paper, and it's got a couple of the different sections there. In the front here, there are a couple of cards. One is just a vintage playing card with the Mackinac Bridge on it, and just a little bit of kind of collaged plain paper on the back, so you could use that as a journaling card. And then this was a flash card that I also collaged on so you could write. And I just printed out an old advertisement from the Lake Michigan Park, which was sort of an amusement park that was in Muskegon. In the back here, I just made a quick little booklet. Just a little scrappy booklet with some papers that you find inside the book as well. So if you want to do any more collage, you have some paper that matches, or you can just use it as a little notepad. All right, I'm going to zoom just a little bit here, I think. Not very good at this. All right. Okay, so we'll open her up here. And one thing that you'll notice right away here is that I was able to save the end paper. And so this is actually the original paper that was in here. I just added a label that you can use to write your name on and the date or whatever you like. And then in our first signature, we have some tea-dyed scrapbook paper. This is the original title page from the book. I like to put those in if I can. 1929. This is a little envelope that I made copying a map or an advertisement of the West Michigan Pike, which was when they were promoting tourism along the lake shore, and they named the road the West Michigan Pike. It's cute. And then there's a little stamped image on this side of some little boys on the beach, and inside here there is a tag. There is a woman also on the shore waving, and you know, plain enough on the back that you could do some journaling, and then just some ribbon as the tab on that tag. This paper is something that I printed out, just a pattern on this side, and on this side there is a photograph of some seagulls. You're going to find a lot of these throughout the book. These are photos that I took in various places along the lakeshore, and I just printed them out really light. So you could still write on this, I think, or you could use it however you want, but I thought it was a neat picture. Next page here we have a belly band that I made out of some fabric stitched with some rickrack, and inside here there is a little journaling card made with a paint chip, just some collage on the back. The paper underneath here is from a book about different fonts. On the other side here there's a little tuck spot, and in here I have made a little envelope, coffee dyed with a monarch butterfly. And then inside here there is also a little card with some monarch butterflies on it. This is an image also that I found and printed, and I don't think this is meant to be the lake back here. It's probably the sky, but I thought it looked like the lake in the background, and I thought that's exactly what it would look like if you were on top of the dunes here in West Michigan. So this is a printout of a view from Sleeping Bear Dunes. It's on watercolor paper, so it's nice and sturdy. Just some brown craft paper here, and a page from a math book. And then there is some tracing paper here, and this is another one of those photographs that I printed out for you. This is some waves crashing on the pier. On this page, it's music, and if I turn it over, you'll see that I've attached a little check here, and it flips up here so you can write on the back, and then on this side I actually have it glued down, so it's kind of like a belly band, and I've tucked a couple of things in there, put a little duck on there and some other little collage. And then here is a picture of, it's an old vintage, I believe, a photo from the Chicago to Mackinac race, and just a little old receipt, just a little bit of something. And then this is a Rolodex card that's been inked on, and I printed out a little life ring that says greetings from Elk Rapids. Here's some ledger paper, and this is the center of the first signature. And here I've made kind of an accordion fold pocket. So in the back here is another of those little scrappy notebooks with more paper from inside the book for you to use as you like. Then there's just a little tag here, and a tag that I punched out of some decorative paper. And then this is something that I found in a thrift store. It's a bridge tally, but it has a lighthouse on it, so I thought that was appropriate. There's the music paper again. Here's the other half of that photograph with the big waves. That was a stormy day. The tracing paper and the math paper here. Craft paper. Here's the other half of that font page from that book. And the other half of the belly band with the rickrack on it. And in this one I've tucked a postcard that I printed out. This is from St. Joe. The beach at St. Joe, Silver Beach, just an old vintage photograph or postcard that is printed out. It's not original, but I tried to print it and make it look original. Here's the other half of that seagull photo. Okay, now this next page is a pocket page, and inside I've made a little journaling card. This is a view from, I believe, Charlevoix. A photograph of the pier or the lighthouse there. And then the backing on this is another page from this book. I thought most of it's plain, so you can write on that. And another of the book pages. And then that's the end of the signature there. Now we're to the second one, and this is again, printed paper that I printed with one of my photos. This is Big Sauble Lighthouse up in Ludington. This is from a teacher's planner. This is from a piano roll. And some more coffee dyed scrapbook paper, a little bit of dot journal, and another photo. This one is of a tree with the sun coming through the clouds. And then here we have a pocket that's made from a window envelope, just collaged on both sides. And inside here I've made a tag from a punch card, like a time clock card. And it's another girl on the beach with some collage. This back page is from a book that I have with boat plans in it. It's a cool book. I like the ribbon that I put on the top of that too. And just a little bit of cheesecloth there. Here's something else from some kind of an engineering or a math book. This is some origami paper. This is a coffee dyed envelope that I sewed into the signature. And I just put a little flower image on there. This is just a tag. Some tags that I had. I didn't do any embellishing on that. You certainly could. You could write on it or whatever you like. This is some glossy paper that I have. I just thought it's fun to have some different textures in there. And I just clipped this on there, which is just a little sort of like a card with a sailboat image inside and some scrapbook paper. And then this outside part is from a really old book, like from the 1700s, just some really cool paper. It's really strong, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of that. I thought it was cool. Okay, on this page, oh, we're stuck. I just made a little tab, and there's lots of place to write there. Okay, this is from an old, like an accounting book or a ledger book. And then this is the center of this signature, and in here I included a picture that I printed and cut out of some gentlemen in a canoe. So there's our glossy paper. I did glue a swan image on there. We have a lot of mute swans. They're beautiful. And here's the other half of the envelope, just a little collage here. And in this one I just put in an old vintage bingo card. Those are pretty cool. This is the other half of that scrapbook paper. And then this is just a little, like a hanger, like hangs on the top of the page. It's from a photo album. And I just put some ducks on there. Thought those were cute. And there's our drafting paper. This is another old book page. I just flipped that down so you could write down there and then flip it up. If you wanted to make this into a pocket, you could just glue or staple that edge or stitch it, whatever you wanted to do. And then here I made a little tuck with an image of a piping plover. That's a protected bird that nests along the beach here. And inside here I have a little tag again with some sailboats. This is part of the same time card that I had the other tag made from. A little bit of fabric at the top. And then this is an image of the White River Light Station, which is the lighthouse that's right by me where I have volunteered and done some work, and my friend is the curator there. There's the other half of a photo, the journaling paper, scrapbook paper, and the piano roll, and the teacher's planner, another photo image. And then we're to the third signature. And here we have some, this is paper I got at, I think, Joann's, but it's really nice, heavy, sort of handmade kind of feeling, and I love the gold on it. This is some scrapbook paper that kind of looks like denim that is coffee dyed. And in this I made a double pocket with another book page from the book. I've just tucked a little card in here with this is a little Kate Greenaway image of some little girls on the beach. And then in here there's a little photo of a family at the beach you can journal on. This is some vellum, and then this is a photo of stones on the beach. It's not all sand along Lake Michigan. Some penmanship paper flips out. Just some white paper here, resume type paper, and I just punched the holes in there just randomly for fun. This is blue construction paper. I've made a stencil to try to make this look like waves, so that's just painted on there. And then this is a glassine bag that I have stitched into the signature to make a pocket. And we have another print of a vintage postcard here. This one is the Old Mission Point Lighthouse in Traverse City. Some graph paper, another of my photos. And then this is an envelope that's stitched into the signature to make a pocket. And on here I also put a little image of a photo that I took, some daisies at the beach, and I just framed the daisy part with that little cutout of a transparency frame. Inside this pocket there is a little journaling card with some deer on the shore. That was at sunset, so we can get that pretty yellow. The other half of the glassine bag, I have a couple of images of gulls, different gulls. These are ones that we have here. You either like them or you don't. Oh, I'll just set that there. How's that? We'll put that in later. Here's the other half of our construction paper. That white resume paper and the penmanship paper, and this one I did make a little pocket, and on this I made a tag. This is an image that I printed out, also one that I took of a pine tree with the water in the background, and it didn't print well. It printed really like off, and so I just colored on it with a pencil and did a little bit of collage and tried to make it look artistic. I think it's kind of cool. Here's our stones again, and the vellum. You could write on that and have the stones in the background. That would be neat. And then here's the scrapbook paper, the denim scrapbook paper. And then we're to the last page here, this blue gold paper. And on this one I made a flip out. This flips out a lot. And this is a brochure that I found of a ship that you could take along in the Great Lakes, or in Lake Michigan. This was pretty common way to travel back in the day, And so I thought that was a neat little thing to add in. I did not put any pockets in the front or back. You certainly can do that if you want to. And then here's my label, and I haven't signed that yet, but I will. I'll sign it and put 2022 there. So that is my little Lake Michigan Shore journal. I hope you like it. I hope that you will visit my Etsy shop. I have other things there too, and I appreciate you taking the time to watch this. Thank you and have a great day.